I will start with 3 questions and 3 answers. Number 1 question, Venerable Master Charo, is there any difference between meditators and non-meditators when they have a painful illness? Yes, of course. Non-meditator can only remember to take precepts, to listen to prayer chanting, to donate robes or food and so on. What a pity. They can only perform charity and morality. As for meditators, they will remember to perform high-level practice until they become enlightened by noting closely their physical discomfort itself moment to moment. Number 2 question, Venerable Master Charo, is there any kind of pain or discomfort which belongs to the practice itself? If so, how do we deal with it? Yes, you may experience several kinds of unpleasant sensations like itchiness, heat, pain, ache, heaviness, stiffness, and so on. When your concentration gets very strong, they tend to disappear once you stop the practice, but they may reappear if you resume your practice. Then that is surely not a disease or illness, but just unpleasant physical sensations which belong to the practice. Don't worry, if you keep on noting, eventually it will fade away. This is from the book named How to Practice Vipassana by Venerable Master Charo. Number 3 question, Venerable Master Charo, what are we supposed to note when the rising and falling fade away? When the rising and falling fade away, you are supposed to note sitting, touching, or lying, touching. You can change touch points. For example, you note sitting and touching, paying attention to a touch point on the right foot, and then note sitting, touching, focusing on a touch point on the left foot. Thus, you can shift your attention from one touch point to another, or you can shift your attention to 4, 5, or 6 touch points alternately. This is from the book named How to Practice Vipassana by Venerable Mahasi Sayadaw. I will continue last night Dhamma talk. The earth element is characterized by hardness, firmness, or solidness. The more it prevails in a thing, the harder and solider the thing will feel. So its characteristic is hardness or solidness. But hardness varies in degree, therefore same thing can be considered soft or hard. In comparison, something else harder or less hard. The muscle of the iron ball, for example, feels soft, but it would be feel very hard in comparison with liquid or air. So hardness or softness anywhere in the body represents the earth element. The earth element prevails in 20 body parts, among others. They are as follows: head hairs, body hairs, nails, teeth, skin, flesh, sinews, bones, bone marrow, kidneys, heart, liver, diaphragm, spleen, lungs, bowels, mesentery, contents of the stomach, feces, and brain. Psychophysical phenomena have two kinds of characteristic each. Individual characteristic. The characteristic unique to each and every individual phenomenon, mental or physical. Universal characteristic, the characteristic that all kinds of mental and physical phenomena have in common. It is of three kinds, namely impermanence, distressfulness, and non-self. When it comes to vipassana, you are to be aware of it, earth element, in terms of its unique characteristic, lakkhana, function, rasa, manifestation, paccupatthana, or approximate cause, padattana. The characteristic of the earth element is hardness or roughness, and hardness itself in lesser degree is called softness or smoothness. In this regard, I have composed a stanza that reads: rough or smooth, hard or soft is the characteristic of the earth element, indicating what you are going to be aware of when you are aware of the earth element. Its function is to serve as a base. The normal earth is also the base for things and people to stand on, without which everybody would have sunk down into the space. The stanza I have composed here is functioning as a solid base. Its manifestation is to receive or to manifest itself as a receiver. Here, the base is function implies something that receives or accepts something else on it. For example, the earth that accepts your feet on it by preventing them from sinking down into it, whereas your feet also prevent the earth from sinking into them. So the base in something it accepts on it are both solid things that meet there without sinking into each other. The earth element functioning as a base accepts something else on it. Moreover, according to Dhamma Sangani, all solid things manifest themselves as heaviness. If you lift something, you can experience heaviness or lightness. In comparison with something else lighter or heavier. Accordingly, I have composed the verse as follows. Rough or smooth, in hard or soft is characteristic. Serving as a solid base is function. Accepting on it or being heavy or light is manifestation. These are features of earth element known to a yogi. These hardness, softness, etc. are all to be known when you are aware of the earth element. For example, if you note a spot of touching in your body, touching, then you will become aware of roughness, hardness, smoothness, or softness. Or you may be aware of solidness too. That means you are aware of the earth element. The same phenomena will be known to you when you note touching between two hands For instance, you will even lose the sense of the conceptual form or shape of the hands when you are just aware of touching in terms of hardness and so on. In this sense, it is said by the Buddha in Maluja Buddha Sutta, Mukti Muddhamadam Bhavisati. On experiencing, there will be just experiencing. Experiencing refers to three sensory experiences: smelling, tasting, and touching. In accordance with Maluja Buddha Sutta and Bahiya Daruchiriya Sutta. When you touch your teeth with the tongue, for example, you are just aware of teeth and tongue in common sense. But when you are really mindful, you will be aware of them in terms of hardness, softness, heaviness, or lightness, which represent the earth element. So, when you note the touching carefully, all you will be aware of are such phenomena as hardness, etc., but not the form of hands, body, head, a woman or a man. This is how you are aware of the earth element. The characteristic of water element is the state of flowing, oozing out, or liquidity. Of course, liquidity has the nature of flowing. In the body, saliva, phlegm, sweat, blood, and so on have the nature of flowing. Any liquid is flowing, and anything flowing is called liquid. That is what the water element is, or the characteristic of the water element. Its function is to enlarge or proliferate anything mixed with water becomes larger than before. A dry thing extends in size when it is mixed with water. This is the function of water. Its manifestation is adhesion, so it is manifested as a phenomenon that makes phenomena adhere to each other. For example, rice flour mixed with water becomes dog or something solid. If not for water, there would be nothing solid, but only minute particles flying in the space. So it is thanks to the water element that physical phenomena adhering to each other transform into all kinds of solid things like hands, feet, head, and so on. Otherwise, there would be only minute particles flying in the sky. So, adhesion is the manifestation of water element. The water element is not a phenomenon that can be experienced by touching, but a yogi can be aware of it in comparison with the other great elements: earth, fire, and air. The hardness or roughness manifests itself in the mixture of two elements, with earth element and water element. Actually, water itself always mixed with three other elements. So, when you touch water, it may feel rough or soft, which signifies the earth element. It may feel hot, warm, or cold, which represents the fire element. It may feel pressure, motion, or movement, which indicates the air element. Moreover, according to commentaries and sub-commentaries, the water element is heavy in nature, even heavier than the earth element. So, heaviness manifests itself in dropping your foot down or bending your head down. This means the water element is predominant at that moment. That is why the verse reads as follows: liquidity in the state of fluid is its characteristic. Moist in proliferation is its function. Heaviness in falling down is its manifestation. These are features of water element known to the yogi. The water element manifests itself in 12 mythical parts out of 32. These are as follows: Banyo, Kalam, First, blood, sweat, pec, tears, grease, spittle, snot, while all the joints in urine. These 12 are quite obvious. You have to be mindful of them when they touch you. For example, be mindful of snot when it is oozing out, of tear when it is rolling down, of sweat when perspiring, of phlegm when it appears in the mouth, and so on. They will be obvious in terms of the features of water element, namely liquid, the state of flowing down, moist, adhesiveness, and heaviness. So, in these 12 parts, the water element mainly prevails. The characteristic of fire element is hotness. The Pali term for this element is teja, which literally means fire, smoke, or temperature. Basically, it is just hotness, but the hotness in different degree is considered warmth, coolness, or coldness. For example, normal water in room temperature is considered cold, but it will feel quite warm in comparison with icy water. Its function is to ripen. Things connected with heat become ripe or cooked. Obviously, heat is a phenomenon that makes things ripe or cooked. Its manifestation is to get things soft. For example, wax softens or melts when warm. That heat makes things soft. Alternatively, the fire element manifests itself as a phenomenon that goes up. The fire or smoke always goes up, never down. It is also light. When you lift your foot up, for instance, it will pure light. In this case, the commentary says the fire element goes first, and the air element follows up. When lifting your hand or foot up, when rising up from sitting, if you note it lifting, or rising, you can be aware of progressive lightness. Well, here is the verse for this element. Heat, cold, or one is its characteristic. Making things ripen or mature is its manifestation. Softness, lightness, or going up is its manifestation. These are features of fire element known to a yogi. The fire element is of four kinds. Number one, scorching body heat, which pure hotter than the normal body heat. So it represents fever. Number two, maturing body heat, which may refer to the normal body heat that is responsible for progressive maturity of the body. Number three, excessive body heat, which is unbearable heat, so severe that one has to complain, so hot, so hot. Number four, digestive heat, which is generated by karma. There is certain kind of heat in the stomach that helps the food eaten digest properly. So it is vital heat. This kind of heat spreads out the whole body. It is quite remarkable. In the healthy body, it always feels warm, even when the outside temperature gets quite low. It is said that the virtuous people are endowed with well-balanced digestive heat. Would be Buddhas or other virtuous people have owned such healthy stomachs and therefore can digest almost every food they eat. They rarely have stomach problem like indigestion, a bloated stomach, and so on. So this digestive heat is very important for health. The time is up enough for today.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.